Does this sound familiar? Your phone buzzes. It's a group chat exploding with plans for Friday night. Drinks, dinner, maybe a concert. Everyone's hyped, but your first thought isn't about what to wear. It's a quiet, sinking feeling. A longing for your couch, your favorite blanket, and the sweet, sweet silence of your own space. You type back, "Sorry, can't make it, long week," knowing full well your biggest plan is to do absolutely nothing. If you've ever felt a wave of relief after canceling plans, you're not alone. The world is full of people who genuinely, deeply love being at home. It's not about being antisocial or lazy. It's a much more complex and fascinating part of our psychology. So, what's really going on in the minds of these homebodies? Are they all just introverts, or is there something more? Let's explore the different types of people who find their greatest joy within their own four walls. You might just find yourself in one of these descriptions. First up, we have the energy conserver, also known as the classic introvert. Imagine your social battery is like your phone's battery. For an energy conserver, almost every social interaction outside the home drains that battery. A crowded party, that's like running multiple high-power apps at once. The battery plummets into the red zone. It's not that they don't like people. They often have deep, meaningful friendships. But the stimulation of the outside world, the noise, the small talk, the constant need to be on, is incredibly taxing. Their brain is wired for high sensitivity. The reticular activating system, a part of the brain that manages arousal levels, is naturally more active in introverts. This means they need less external stimulation to feel alert and engaged. Too much, and they feel overwhelmed and frazzled. Home is their charging station. It's a low-stimulation environment where they can plug in, recharge their mental and emotional energy, and get back to a comfortable baseline. So when they say no to a night out, it's not a rejection of you. It's an act of self-preservation, a necessary ritual to keep their inner world in balance. Next, let's talk about the creative curator. Picture someone whose home isn't just a place to live, but a living, breathing project. Every corner is carefully arranged. The bookshelf is organized by color. The walls are covered in art they either made or painstakingly selected. And their workspace is a finely tuned engine of productivity. For the creative curator, home is their sanctuary, their studio, and their masterpiece, all in one. The psychology here is tied to a deep need for control and self-expression. The outside world can be chaotic and unpredictable. You can't control the traffic, the weather, or your coworkers' loud phone calls, but at home, everything is within your domain. This sense of control is incredibly comforting and empowering. It allows their creative mind to flourish. Staying home isn't about hiding from the world. It's about cultivating the perfect environment for their passions to grow. They draw inspiration from their surroundings, and their home becomes an extension of their identity. Why go out looking for inspiration when you've built a world full of it, right where you are? Then there's a more sensitive profile, the gentle protector. This person might have experienced social anxiety, past hurts, or simply feels the world is a harsh and judgmental place. For them, home is a fortress. It's a safe harbor where they are shielded from criticism, awkward encounters, and the exhausting performance of everyday social life. Out there, you have to worry about what you say, how you look, and whether you're fitting in. At home, you can just be. This isn't about paranoia, it's about emotional safety. The brain's amygdala, which processes fear and threat, can be more reactive in people who have experienced social stress. The thought of navigating unpredictable social landscapes can trigger a genuine fight-or-flight response. Home becomes the ultimate safe space, a predictable environment where the walls literally protect them from perceived emotional threats. For the gentle protector, choosing to stay in is a radical act of self-care. It's about prioritizing their mental well-being over social expectations and creating a space where they feel unconditionally accepted, primarily by themselves. Now, let's meet the hobbyist hermit. This person's love for staying home is less about avoiding the outside world and more about being pulled in by their own. Their free time is booked solid with their own activities. They could be a gamer deep into an epic RPG, a baker perfecting their sourdough starter, a musician lost in a new composition, or a film buff with a watch list that could last a lifetime. The driving force here is the psychological state of flow. Flow is that magical feeling of being completely immersed in an activity where time seems to disappear and you're operating at your peak. These hobbies provide a powerful sense of purpose, accomplishment, and joy. The pleasure they get from these activities far outweighs the potential fun of a social gathering. Why would they go to a loud bar when they could be leveling up their character, creating something beautiful, or getting lost in a compelling story? For the hobbyist hermit, their home is an adventure park, and they are its most enthusiastic visitor. Their passion isn't just a pastime, it's a central part of their identity and happiness. Finally, we have the comfort connoisseur. This person has elevated coziness to an art form. We're talking about the perfect collection of soft blankets, a mug that feels just right in their hands, a playlist for every mood, and a deep, abiding relationship with their streaming service subscriptions. For them, home is the epicenter of physical and sensory comfort. The psychology behind this is rooted in our fundamental need for security and pleasure. The Danish concept of hygge, a quality of coziness that brings feelings of contentment perfectly, describes their philosophy. The comfort connoisseur isn't necessarily anxious or introverted. They are simply masters of self-soothing. They know exactly what they need to feel relaxed and happy, and they've built a nest that provides it on demand. The outside world is full of hard chairs, unpredictable temperatures, and mediocre coffee. Why leave paradise? Their decision to stay home is a conscious choice for pleasure and well-being. It's a celebration of life's simple, sensory joys. So, as we've seen, loving to stay home is not a one-size-fits-all personality trait. It can be about managing your energy, expressing your creativity, seeking emotional safety, pursuing your passions, or simply indulging in the art of comfort. There's a whole spectrum of reasons, and none of them are better or worse than a desire to be out and about. It's just a different way of being. Which of these profiles resonates with you? Are you an energy conserver, a creative curator, a gentle protector, a hobbyist hermit, or a comfort connoisseur? Maybe you're a mix of a few. The world often celebrates the outgoing, the adventurous, the life of the party, but there's a quiet strength and deep wisdom in knowing what truly recharges you. There's a beauty in curating a life that feels good on the inside, not just one that looks good from the outside. So next time you joyfully cancel plans to stay in, you can smile, knowing you're not just being a homebody, you're honoring a deep and important part of your own unique psychology. Let me know in the comments which type you connect with the most. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.